good afternoon. We are here with what I'm going to call the great Tommy Smith. Tommy, thank you for allowing us to come and interview you for the Road to Glory.
Pleasure's mine, pleasure's mine.
Tommy, as a boy growing up, I heard all these stories about this guy, Tommy Smith, who took May 24th by surprise and shocked the first one. Let's go back through your childhood, because I understand that you used to watch those guys in May 24th.
Golly, when all the kids, we were up on the side of the road, up near Henry VIII there.
Who are you watching? Do you remember any of the guys you were watching?
I remember Sherlock.
Sherlock.
Out of all of them.
So you had your eye on him. Was he like your idol?
I had a cousin, that Wycliffe Williams, who ran.
Heard about Wycliffe,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he ran in that race.
So you're looking at these guys. How old are you? 10, 11?
10, 11.
And what are you saying to yourself?
And I'm saying to myself, I can beat them. I can beat these
Seriously?
guys. Yeah.
So are you a runner in school? Are you running in school?
I was the second fastest in
Second
distance. I always came second in distance.
Mm-hmm.
One guy used to always beat me. I couldn't beat him. Reginald Lowe, and he got killed in a boat accident or whatever.
Okay. So you're a runner from the beginning. Who's your PE teacher? PE teacher says, "Hey, Tommy, you got some skill there."
I can't remember.
No, but somebody is seeing you.
But I knew me.
What about your siblings, brothers, sisters?
I had one brother under me.
Mm-hmm. Could he beat you?
He almost beat me.
Almost.
But I always beat
What's
him
his
to the
name?
tape. Richard.
So
always beat him to
you
the
guys
tape.
race in the neighborhood?
My uncle, he had a race about a mile and a half, and on his birthday we used to run for him.
On whose birthday? The uncle's birthday?
Uncle's birthday.
Oh, that was the. You guys were the entertainers.
That was his treat, and I used to win and get a few dollars on me, shillings and pence, something.
So this running, Andrew, any other sports you play?
But it was easy for me. Like, some people, they find it difficult. Mm-hmm. But I never found no difficulty in running.
What about as a boy growing up? Any sports? Any other sports?
None.
Football, cricket?
No.
Okay,
couldn't. I only had one foot football.
Okay, you sound like me. I got no left. You got a right and I got a left.
But I got interested in golf.
Golf, okay.
Because I needed to make some money.
Yes.
And I got real good at it.
Where were you playing? Which course?
Riddles Bay.
Riddles Bay.
I was quite good at it.
Quite good. You're very competitive. I'm sensing you're very competitive.
Well, there's something I like. I can excel in it.
So, take me through your childhood. You're growing up. You're looking at Sherlock and these guys running this race. You're in school here, but then you leave Bermuda. Where do you go?
I went to Jamaica.
Why is that? Why'd you go to Jamaica?
My mother always wanted me to go to school. Out of all the boys, she said, "I want you to go to school, stay in school." So she sent me to Jamaica.
How was that?
And I enjoyed it. I was doing well.
Classes and food and all that's okay?
Oh yeah, everything worked out. And
nice fresh fruit.
I like when we played football, but I wasn't a footballer.
But you played there, yes?
Yeah. And done pretty good.
What part of Jamaica is this?
Mandeville.
Mandeville.
And it was 3,000 feet above sea level. So it used to get quite cool.
That's called altitude training.
During the winter months.
So your lungs are developing at this altitude. You can just walk around and your lungs are developing.
I worked in the maintenance.
Oh, you were working?
I wanted to work in the maintenance because it was outdoors.
Yes.
I liked the outdoor person. Loved it.
Hot?
Loved it. Oh yeah, hot. Hot. And we used to trim all the hedges, all the hills sometimes. Machetes,
sure.
So when I came back to Bermuda, I was a
So you're working there in
master.
Jamaica. You're getting your body used to being in the heat. You're in the mountains, and you're having a good time. How's it in school? Anybody challenge you? Because you tell me that you can take anybody. You can beat Sherlock. So what happens down there?
Never did any type of.
So you didn't do any
sports down there.
Sports down there.
We never had any except football.
Because Jamaica has a history of success in track and field long before Bolt. There were guys like Herb McKinley, Donald Quarry, Arthur Wint, and all these athletes.
We didn't have all that. Not at our school, anyhow.
So
we made our own fun, basically.
Yeah. When do you come back to Bermuda?
Let's see, that would have been in 60.
What age?
19.
You come back to him at age 19.
19.
So you go there at 15, 16?
16.
16 years old,
3
you go there.
years,
3 years in Jamaica.
back and
What an
forth.
experience.
Yeah.
If you had to do it all over again, would you?
No.
No. But it was a good learning
But,
experience.
you know, I would have preferred to stay and work in masonry myself.
Masonry, yeah.
You know.
That's your skill set.
I
We'll
was,
get to that.
I was qualified.
You're a skilled mason.
18, a full-fledged mason.
Full-fledged mason at age 18.
And got paid more than everybody.
And can do anything. Build a wall.
Anything. Fancy work, whatever.
You got that skill.
Yeah.
So you come back to Bermuda at 19. What's the goal? What do you want to do?
It was in January, and I said to myself, I'm going to run in the race. And that perked
Because
me.
I never run it before, right? Because you left here at 16. You wanted to run.
They wouldn't let me run.
They wouldn't let you.
Okay.
So the powers that be wouldn't let
I
you
said,
run.
this is going to work out pretty.
But you wanted to run it.
This is going to work out real good.
So do you tell anybody you want to run this race?
Not really. They saw me training. They said, oh, you getting ready? I said, yeah.
So where were you doing your training?
Sherlock
likes horseshoe day.
I was staying just on below the hill, below Heron Bay School there,
Yes.
in Riviera. Same area here.
Yes.
And
What you doing, Hills?
when I came home from work, I would hit the road.
So hang on, you're doing masonry work during the day.
8 hours.
It's hot. Well, it's January going into
No, it
May.
didn't matter. It
January
didn't
to
matter.
May.
I was young and fit.
You're
I was
young and fit, so you're working, and then you're coming home to train?
Coming home, and I trained from the book. I trained every other day. Days I didn't train, I did a lot of free hand stuff. One-leg squats.
One-legged squats. I'm
Got
watching you.
got up to 7 on the first year. Second year, I took it up to 10. The third year, I was 15 on each leg.
What do you mean 15? Minutes?
One-leg squats.
Reps or minutes?
One-leg squats.
One-leg squats.
On each leg. 1 hour for 15.
Go.
15 on
15.
this
Oh, so
leg.
you're alternating
On 68.
So you're strong.
No one would even see me on 68.
You're strong.
I was
So
super.
this is
I was super.
So 1966.
66.
66.
First year.
You're coming. You're 19 years old. Nobody knows about you, but you're training.
Training.
Where's your mind at? You're confident.
Oh yeah.
Who's the guy to beat?
I knew.
Virgils?
I
Sherlock?
knew. I knew. I could. No, the Virgils. They were.
They were the guy. They had beaten. They had won in '65.
They were winning everything.
Yeah. So you knew they were the guys to beat.
And Sherlock was old. Sherlock was
Yeah,
getting old.
But he was still around.
Yeah, but I didn't.
But you knew the Virgils were the guys to beat.
Yeah.
They could double team you because remember they go first and second.
They ain't gonna see me. I'm going.
So what type of training are you doing?
I was training for the 5-minute mile,
Okay.
and they were doing 6 minutes
Yeah.
total. They were doing 6 minutes to the mile.
So you're doing hard runs between telephone poles, or
I
you're doing
picked
hills?
7 miles. I picked 7 miles. Started at 6 minutes. Brought it down. 2 months later, I was down to 37 minutes. I couldn't get to 35.
And nobody's coaching. You're doing this on your own.
Oh yeah. Hey, if you want to excel, you got to do it. You, all you.
But you do a lot of reading. You're doing a lot of reading. You're studying.
Every night.
You're
Read,
studying the sport.
did everything on time. 10 o'clock in bed. Wasn't sleepy, I'm reading.
What was your diet?
6
What
o'clock in
are
the
you
morning.
eating?
In the mornings, I had soy, and oatmeal, and now
I can
and then-
ask you this now because
Now
you're
and
not,
then
you're
an
not in the
egg.
races anymore. You probably wouldn't have told me this in 1966 if I'm interviewing you. I'm not letting my secrets out. You wouldn't have told those guys what you were eating. No. So now this is all fine. It's like, okay, I can tell you what I was doing.
And oats is the quickest digestion food.
Quaker oats or the oats, the natural?
You can eat that the day you run. You can eat oats. 2
So you
hours
go to bed
completely
early.
going through you.
You're eating oats and
Yeah.
this goes right through the system. You guys didn't have water on the course.
No, that was tough.
So you're taking in water when? That week, trying to fill up the skin?
Never,
Except for the
no,
layers
I
themselves?
never did anything extra for water.
Okay, because you were taking the
I was
quick-
young, natural,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, 19, crazy.
He thought you can conquer the world. You know?
This is true. This is true. Yeah. So take me through. So you get prepared for this race. The Virgils are training. I think, if I remember correctly, you told me something about 40 Rigo told you that those guys have run a time.
3 weeks before the race, everybody would
Getting ready.
do a complete run of
Yes.
the distance.
Test run.
And I was a little faster than them, you know. 40 Ricos.
40 Rigo told you.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, you're a little faster than this.
So after you hear that, what's in your mind? You're like, okay, I got this.
I trained to beat them anyhow.
You train to beat them.
I
So
knew,
let's go to-
I,
let's go
I
to
knew
the-
the time they were doing it.
Let's go to the race morning. You arrive at the race. What's your preparation before the gun goes off?
I wait right until, say, 10 minutes before the gun goes
Yeah.
off.
You're on your own. You're by yourself.
And I just go off by myself, and I close my eyes, and I do every little inch of that race in my mind. And when I finish that, it used to take 3 minutes. And when I finished that, it was already done.
Tell me, you're ahead of your time. The reason why I'm going to tell you
Already
this,
done.
today athletes do that. So that's 1966. Fast forward to 2022, we call it visualization, where athletes start to envision what they're going to do. How did you know how to do that?
Just came, just
Because you said you were studying.
had it, you know.
Yeah. So athletes do this now. You'll see them with their eyes
Plus,
closed.
plus
before-
I was taking everything from that book
So you were ahead
and
of your
applying
time
it,
because
applying it, and I could see it working.
you have to envision what
Yeah.
you're going to do. So, gun goes off. What's
locked
the plan?
locked in,
Locked in.
like somebody setting a time bomb. And yeah, I'm
Now
trying
this is Bernard Park to Somerset.
to Somerset
When do you take the lead?
right away.
Right away.
I trained.
Did the Virgil twins run behind you?
No. They said, oh, it's first time.
His first time, he might blow up.
Yeah, don't worry about him. We'll find him along the
You'll
way.
find him along the way. And you just went into your rhythm.
Yeah.
How's the course going? How are you feeling? Because you've run it before. You've run it 3 weeks before. How's it feeling on the day?
It was easy.
Easy.
Very easy.
Crowds are out there.
Yeah, but I was locked in. When I reached the 10th mile, I came out of it and I felt myself a little struggling a bit. About half a mile, fall right back,
Yes.
go right back into my groove, you know.
But felt good.
Felt good.
Get to the finish line. How many minutes do you win this race by? First race, I think you...
3 minutes.
3 minutes. So these guys aren't even close. What is the feeling of the other runners and the spectators? What are they thinking of you? Who is this guy?
That's right. You want to know?
Where did he come from? You just got
Where he
back
come
in
from?
January.
Yeah.
Nobody knows you.
Nobody knows a thing about it. Yeah.
Fast forward, the year is 1967. The challenge you now face is you've won it. You're the guy to beat. How's the pressure?
None. I'm trying to low.
I'm saying you won it in '66, and now there's no more surprises.
No, but I'm like I say, my one-leg squats.
Your one leg. Oh, so you've taken that's right. You've
numbers
taken
are
your
going
training
up.
up a bit. Yeah,
Numbers
yes.
going up.
You're not
Everything-
sitting on your laurels.
Everything is going up.
Everything's going up
to
in
a whole
training.
different
Yeah.
level.
And you're still working in masonry. I'm going to tell you something with regard to that. Stanley Burgess believed in working construction. Fast forward, Mike Watson said when he was building his house, that's what helped him for May 24th. So what's the secret? Working out in the sun as a mason?
Hard work.
Hard work. Where'd you learn that?
Hard work. Okay, so read it in a book.
Read it in a book, yeah. Hard work.
I was studying.
Yeah.
And so I had a mental
You get that edge.
thing edge over everybody. They,
Well,
they
I'm
didn't,
listening
they
to
didn't
you.
know
You
what I
said
knew.
you wanted to beat Sherlock before you even got old enough to run the race.
I was 16, I would have beat him.
You would have beat him. Oh gosh, he's watching this video now. We have a showdown coming.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something about Sherlock.
Tell me something about Sherlock.
The second year,
Yes.
when Peter Farge took off, came past me
I know
sprinting.
Peter Farge. I know Peter Farge.
He came past me sprinting.
This is the second year.
Yeah.
67.
When I came out of Bernard's Park and I looked back, I didn't see nobody. So I'm going along, and all of a sudden, somebody went past me like a bullet, sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, that's him.
This is Peter Farge?
I was happy. I was happy.
Well, if I
said,
remember
oh,
correctly,
that's him.
Peter Farge
Peter Farge.
had said something about you.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
And that fueled you.
Oh,
That
golly.
fired you up, as they say. What did he say?
So I caught him up.
No, what did Peter Farge say before the race? I think he said something about him. I'm going to beat him.
No, but I never had no talkings.
Okay.
We
okay,
never
yeah.
talked.
Yeah.
But
You were aware that Peter Farge was going to challenge you.
when he passed me, I said, oh, that's the guy.
He said, "That's the guy." He said,
Because
"Race is on."
he was going to die.
He was prepared to die to beat you.
If he said that,
Well, he was confident.
I didn't think anybody was more confident than me.
Well, that's okay. He was confident that he could beat you because you were the defending champion.
I didn't think he could.
He was you were defending champion.
But if he did, he would have died anyhow.
You were willing to die for the cause.
I would have died.
Like a soldier.
But
So he went ahead of you coming out of the park.
so I caught him up, and my little legs, I said, I can't keep this up. And just as I was ready to
To pull back.
I was comfortable. I got real comfortable. So we went from there right to Victoria Street.
Yes.
I looked back, and Sherlock was right behind us. I said, no, I don't believe it. Sherlock went on the side, stopped. I looked at him, he looked at me, he said, mm-mm. Go ahead. When we got to the top, going down towards
King Street.
Church Street.
Oh, Church Street. Okay.
Church Street, going down towards Burnaby, Peter Farge's knees wobbled like
Oh, so you guys
jelly.
you guys came Cedar Avenue from the park, and then went up over Burnaby. Oh, yeah, that hill early.
No, oh no, Mom, that's Burnaby?
Well, you went up from Cedar Avenue, yeah, then
Goes
down
past the
Burnaby, down to Front Street, yeah.
Bank of Butterfield,
Yeah,
Front
yeah.
Street. When we got up on the top of
Like coming past Spot Restaurant
went
across there?
across Church Street,
Yes.
his knees wobbled like
The race just started.
like he was finished. I said to myself, he's done. I left him. Boom, go on.
That's early, Tommy.
I did the first 3 miles in 14 and a half minutes.
Wow.
That was under 5 minutes a
Yeah,
mile.
you've been training now. See, that's,
Under 5 minutes a mile.
you had a plan.
But I also used to train to do 5-minute miles.
And that's the key. I'm a coach now. That's the key that I practice with my athletes. You have to simulate what you're going to do in the race in training. You can't wait. I'm not sure what he was doing, that he tried something, if he tried something new on the day.
I used to have somebody time me,
Yeah.
and I would do a mile.
So you broke him coming out of town. And not even out of town.
He was finished.
You just came up
He
from Cedar
was
Avenue.
finished. And I should have.
So no Virgil's
I
close.
should
there's
have
nobody else
come
close?
back. I should have come back, to my pace.
Yeah.
But I was comfortable.
There's nobody else close at this stage.
Half mile. By the time I got
Well,
up
see-
Pudroy Golf Course, I was 2 miles ahead of everybody.
He evidently had a strategy that he would break you early.
When he got to Lower Ferry, John ambulance had to resuscitate him.
Remember, he said he's willing to die to beat
I
you.
don't think he was willing to die because he didn't come out.
Healthy people and healthy communities.
Keeping active reduces the risks for diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, and stroke. These conditions can limit your lifestyle, but they are preventable. Exercise and a healthy diet are good for all ages, so make them a part of your daily life. Walk more often. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Leave the car at home sometimes. You'll be amazed how easy it is to be more active. Get on the move to a healthier you. This is a message from the Department of Health.
Tommy Smith, it's 1967. We're reflecting on that day. You're the defending champion. You break Peter Farge early in the race, within the first mile. Tommy, you've put pressure on yourself now because you're causing the other runners to fall off. What's going through your head as you're about to leave Hamilton? Do you think you still have the ability to win this?
I felt good. I mean, I didn't feel no ache, no pain, nothing. I felt comfortable. And I'm pushing.
In 66,
under
you
5
practiced
minutes
on the
mile.
course
Yeah.
before the race. What about 67? Did you go out and test the course this time?
No.
Okay.
No.
So this one, you know the course from previous year. Again,
Yeah.
carrying the weight of being the champion. It's a heavy crown. You're not feeling it.
No. I knew I could beat anybody out there. So
That's a lot of confidence.
it's,
So
yeah.
one of the things that's changed with this May 24th today is the bikes. Bikes were allowed on the course back then, and we're talking everything from the Triumphs, all the big bikes, the Cyrus, whatever. They surround the lead runner.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How are you handling this traffic? And we're talking 100 to 200 bikes. I've seen pictures. There's fumes. What's happening as you're going up Harbor Road?
Don't feel a thing. Don't feel a thing. I don't know. Like I say, when that gun goes off, I go off and close my eyes and do every square inch of that road, every corner, every turn. When that gun goes off, I'm locked in. I'm like a time bomb. You know, it's like
Focus, man.
serious stuff.
What time of day are you guys running? Because the race
That
changed.
would be the only thing stop me. You know,
That
that
would
type
be
of
anything to stop you.
crazy,
You're focused.
crazy stuff.
What time of day are you guys running back then?
10 o'clock,
10.
10 in the morning.
Because they've been fighting to get this race moved to earlier because they said it's too hot now for runners. So they're down to 8:30 now.
All right.
He said 10
That's
o'clock.
better. That's better. Yeah.
So what we're talking about then, so 11 o'clock.
Plus the cars. You know, the cars go
So
ahead
11
of everybody.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know.
they pace Cecil Miners and all
So
his crew.
I'm catching everybody up.
They pace cars. Cecil Miners in charge, right? He's up there with his bullhorn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, quite a fella.
Yeah, mine is.
So when I think back, so 11 o'clock, you're out there running still in the heat. I understand others are struggling. Guys are going to the hospital. Tell me, you're killing them off.
Well, they weren't ready.
They remember.
I was ready.
That's funny. So take me through the course. Going up Harbor Road, no challenges. You've run it the year before. You've won it. What's happening?
Thoughts went through my mind that he was still, coming.
This Peter Farr?
Even though I knew he was done.
Yes, your focus is
But
looking ahead.
I couldn't come out of it, So I'm still pushing.
And if the bikes are behind you, you can't see.
Well,
You can't see a runner behind you because it's such a cluster of bikes.
I couldn't see nothing because I was
You're looking forward.
I was going through that tape.
Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one could tell you if anybody was coming
So,
anyway.
but
'cause it's
you know,
so
but
few.
when I got to Somerset Bridge, and I looked out, it was white cloud, just like a cloud had come down.
That's the bike fumes?
Bike fumes, car fumes, whatever you want to call it.
That's tough.
And as soon as I went down in there, I started to feel my body heat up. And I was in between two, whether to go back or go forward. And I said, I got to go forward. And I felt myself passing out. And I was preparing to go down nice and gently.
Rather than collapse, you were going to ease yourself to the ground.
And my mind said no. and
I
said no.
No, I read a story. You shouted.
I shouted out,
What did
no.
you shout?
I said, no. I didn't come this far to pass out.
That's what the public said. They heard you shout that.
And I was staggering across the road like a drunken man. But I didn't pass out. But I couldn't do nothing.
Tell me, that's a very serious
20
statement you
minutes.
made.
I
You saw a
walked-
white cloud
I
of
walked
fumes.
for 20 minutes.
You saw a white cloud of
Couldn't-
fumes.
couldn't-
That
there was
is so
nothing there.
unfair to an athlete that you had to suffer through that. That has nothing to do with the actual competition, or the competition being run in fumes. But you're running amidst all these fumes to challenge your body,
Yeah.
and you almost pass out.
Almost bad that. But
That memory's still clear with you today, yeah?
hey,
So you're at Somerset Bridge when this is happening.
when like I tell you, when I closed my eyes, everything just came there. I was already there. I was already finished.
You guys were not allowed to have water back then.
Oh, God.
And you're dealing with the fumes. Talk about a human test of
That
performance.
It was tough. I estimate, when I finished the race, my face was drawn right up, like I had lost about 10 pounds.
The mind was the only thing carrying you.
Well,
I heard you used to like Adidas shoes. I'm got on Adidas shoes today just for you. You switched
Absolutely.
shoes because I think you had,
Absolutely.
what you had on before that? Dunlop, they said? Some
I
Dunlop shoes?
can't remember. I can't remember.
But how did the Adidas shoes feel?
So I was advertising, actually.
You
I was
advertising?
advertising,
Mark,
yeah.
you're way ahead of your time.
But they were nice.
They're nice.
Adidas.
Yeah, Adidas. Say that again. They were nice. Public needs to hear that. I'm listening to you talk about your will to win, and then you're forced to stop and walk because of the fumes, but you wouldn't quit. You wouldn't fall, like a gallant soldier. So what kept you going?
It was already done. The race was already done.
Yeah.
Before I started, before that gun went off.
And you knew you were going to win, even when you were struggling up in the West. This is Somerset Bridge, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
And where you guys are finishing? At Somerset Cricket Club?
Somerset Cricket Club.
Somerset Cricket
At
Club.
the
So you got a little
cricket
ways to go from
Yeah.
Somerset Bridge.
It was
When do
nothing,
you know
was nothing to stop me.
nothing to
Nothing.
stop you?
That's was the only thing.
Yeah, I'm going to die. Well, as I tell you, two of them got in the ambulance, so they were stopped before death, just on the verge of death. That's incredible.
And I didn't fear it. It was no fear. No. I just knew I would make it in. That's all I
What
knew.
did your competitors say to you after when they got to the finish line? They saw you.
Very, very, very nice.
Very nice. They said, how did you survive? Wow.
Very nicely done, Dawn. Very nicely.
I can't state it. It's so hard to win something for the first time. The hardest thing I've always heard from champions is to defend. It's very hard to defend because everyone wants you.
Well, I knew I had no problem winning that race. I knew that. The food that I was eating and the training I was doing, I was getting.
And you were working construction. I mean,
That 5 minute mile would have been going.
Yeah. Going forward, after that, is a bike accident?
Hour and 5
Is it
minutes.
a bike accident
hour.
after that?
Probably could have went down to an hour.
The next year, they're wondering where you are. Is it a bike accident after that?
No, that was the accident was after the first year.
After the first year.
The first year.
Yeah, came off a bike, yeah?
Doctor says he hasn't met anyone that healed. He hadn't had a patient that healed as quick as I did.
Where's the injury? Leg?
Well, I got burnt
Burnt.
in the first one.
Wow.
The second year, no, the third year, 68, I snapped 2 ligaments. I went
Crab hole.
Crab hole.
That's what I read.
Foot got twisted in a crab hole.
Can't find a crab these days.
And I didn't feel
They were
nothing.
all around the island those days.
2 days later, I was out doing little fast runs. And I heard this thing snap, and I felt pain right in. And that snap was just like a whip. Smack, smack. Heard it loud, loud.
That's right. That prevents you from the third.
Went to the
race.
doctor. 2 weeks, he said, you're healed. I haven't had nobody to heal that quick. Nobody. The willpower, you know.
Yeah, we had a lot of crab. I said land
yeah,
crab.
crabs,
which
crabs,
was, And so we had crap. They were across the street. You're so short, you just
big time. Yeah.
you drive over there, be all crunched under you. So that
That's right.
takes you out of commission. Tearing the ligaments.
And that happened 3 weeks before the race.
3 weeks before.
So on the week before the race, go back to the doctor. Says you're fine. Don't push it. Take it out. Go out slowly, and work your way in.
Go out slowly. Tommy Smith doesn't know how to go out slowly.
And the greatest thing of all in life is not to let anybody interfere with you. I let my uncle interfere with me on that race. Advertising for hibiscus cycles. They bought me a brand new T-shirt. And I'm read the book. I said to him, "Why you guys bring me a shirt like that? You know if I put that on, I won't make it."
Oh, cotton?
Cotton, brand new.
Brand new.
Then they had plastic.
Oh, no.
Hibiscus cycles,
Yes,
front and
yes.
back. I said, no, I can't put that on. If I put that on, I won't make it.
What's the normal shirt you wear? You wear a singlet, little vest?
Well-washed T-shirt.
Sure.
Plenty of nothing to stop the circulation
Sure.
of air and sweat. My uncle, he jumps in and says, hey man, you said you would do it. I said, yeah, I said I would do it, and if I said I would do it, I'll do it. I said, but if I put that on, I'm not gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you never want to do anything. I sat up. I said, all right, uncle, I'll do it for you. When I got to Devil's Hole, Flats.
Okay, the race was going the opposite way.
When I got to St. George's, when I got to Flats Bridge, by that time my body was heated up, and I walked away from those guys like they were standing still, and I don't remember pushing, doing anything serious. I just left him like,
Just left him like that.
Go on.
That's it.
Because I had trained.
Sure.
I had trained for that. When I started to go down by the gas station to go on
To the causeway.
Causeway, it was a desert. I was on a desert.
That plastic in their shirt was blocking
I had to
every
make
bit
it.
of-
I had to make a decision. So I looked
Couldn't
back.
breathe.
I looked back at my uncle, and I'm walking now. He wouldn't come help me. Didn't come nowhere near me. Broke my heart. I said, fine, I'll walk. I walked. I got to the airport gate. Blacked out. People said I was walking on the side of the road like I had eyes. That's from that visualization.
Sure.
And I got where the airport, going around the corner where the airport now is,
Yes.
and I made a turn like I was going across a bridge and going into the water. They stopped me.
You're getting off the corner.
When they stopped me, my whole body seized up, snapped the ligaments again.
It's right there by Stern Crusher. You were coming around that corner, yeah?
Yeah. The ligaments snapped
Wow.
again.
See, your willpower.
Seized right
the
up.
same willpower that brought you success.
I said, oh, I'm dying.
Yeah, the same willpower that brought you success.
But I was
now
smiling. I was smiling.
Working again.
I was smiling.
Yeah. Okay.
And I said, oh, I guess I'm dying. But smiling, like it didn't have no fear at all, none. And I look up and I see my uncle. I said, where's the bridge? Which way to the bridge? He carried on, stupid. And I don't remember too much after that. I don't know how I got home or what. But I never went back to the doctor. The next year when I tried to run, those ligaments had healed up.
It healed up. Yeah.
Bad.
But I think your willpower was so strong.
Couldn't.
You were gonna go no matter what. Your body's just on autopilot. You're carrying a body that's struggling to breathe, injured, but the mind is saying, go, go, go.
The mind would have took me right
The
to
mind
the
would
tape.
take you,
Right to the tape.
take you right to the tape or right to the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're amazing, man. I
Well, I practice. A lot of people, you know, they don't study enough.
yeah. What's the name of the book again that you were?
Modern Sports Illustrated.
Modern Sports Illustrated.
I
You
went-
must have read that book from cover to cover multiple times.
No, I just the running.
Just to run it.
I went over that until I fine-tuned
There's
every
There's
technique.
pages of terms.
The techniques for going uphill, downhill. You say you saw my hands. No, like that there.
Yeah.
That was
The book taught you
that
all
was-
those relaxation
that was
techniques.
just, you know, relaxing like it. But
Student of the sport.
but the thing I wanted most,
Yes.
Was to have knowledge above anybody else. And I studied
certainly
for
did.
it. And then to put my body through training that would be better than anybody else.
You proved it.
That one leg squat is amazing. Now you take your arm, put it up again, and press there. When you take it away, your arm will come up automatic. That one leg squats. I never felt myself lift a leg. Automatic.
Amazing.
Automatic.
Tommy, this has been an education for me. The
Very.
public's going to learn
Oh yeah.
of your
Yeah.
history. I always heard about you. I grew up beside the home of Hazard Dill. So Hazard Dill was Hensy's coach, and they talked about Tommy Smith, this guy that just came from out of nowhere. As I said, you were living off island. So,
Hey, from a kid, it was there.
yeah.
If any young kid, you see your child doing something, and you see that he likes that, yeah. Make sure he gets
Encourage
into that when he gets bigger.
Perfect way to end this segment.
And make him study. Put him in the books.
Put them in the books.
Put him in
That's
the
a
books.
perfect thing. I'm going to give you the
Study.
dap to finish up. That is a beautiful way to record your thoughts
Absolutely.
and how to do it. And I tell you, that
Absolutely.
visualization is what we do today. Thank you, Tommy Smith.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Continuing with the family tradition at May 24th, we look at a family that was actually two in one. You see, they were twins. They were Neville and Neil Virgil. And boy, did they dress the part. These guys used to look like they were going to a party. They were so immaculately dressed.
Yep, and they were good runners. They were both, had the same physical physique. They dressed alike. They ran close together, and they were extremely good. In fact, in 1964 and 65, Neville won the race, and in 65, they finished 1-2. However, there was one outstanding thing about them, and I had a chance to talk to them, and we will find out.
My successful year in the Marathon Derby was in 1964, and my brother ran in 1963, which we started taking us about 3 weeks to train, and he ran. He was the first one to take part.
My first year in 63 was a great experience. I think I finished up third that year. I ran sure, but I can check back in the records. But the only way was fantastic. Was a lot of experience, and that time that we ran in 63 is not like today. Today is more organized, more control, more everything. But on the whole, I think 24 May it's the best.
Well, at that time, everything was just 24th of May, and weren't that much races. I don't think there was any. But as a young chap, I used to play cricket, football for the Somerset Colts. He used to play baseball, so he was more or less active all the time. So I think in 63, my brother made up his mind he was going to try it. I said, hey, go for it.
But on the whole, I think, hey, running is great, and today it's a different ball game. It's competitive today because you got more races on today. You know, every week you got a race on, so you build yourself up for 24th of May, and 24th of May, hey, it's the best out of the whole year for racing.
Now, as a youngster, I recall watching you gentlemen, both of you, in fact, wear white gloves, just like this.
Yeah, it's true.
What was the significance of that? Is there some religious behind that?
No, and I actually got it from the News of the World. I think he was a young English chap. I don't know him offhand, but he used the gloves for a handkerchief. Rather than having the handkerchief down in your side, you more or less, when you go down there on your side, you lose concentration. So you have your gloves on, all you have to do is put your hand up and wipe the perspiration off your head or whatever you want to do, and all at the same time in the motion. Well, everybody in that race was a winner. Hey, everybody was friends, you know, but when it came to that actual day, hey, dog eat dog. You know, everybody was the winner, but somebody had to hit their tape first.
Well, I see in 1993, the conditions are much better. You got more water stops, you got more professional time, and you got more professional people.
So you have to turn the clock back to sometimes to get the people the feel of it. Hey, 24th of May to me is a special, special day. It's like cup match. And I say to all the runners out there today, if they're running Monday, whether you're first, second, third, just go by your plan, and everybody's a winner.
But I'm happy, and whatever happens today, I wish everybody best of luck and keep running.